Alright, Thomas Randle. I want to talk about Thomas Randle because he broke through for a bunch of podiums at Tailem Bend, and that was really good because I had higher expectations of his rookie season. Maybe it doesn't make sense to expect big things from a rookie. When you've had he had a wild card at Tailem Bend in 2019. He did the Enduros with Lee Holdsworth. He did the Enduros in 2020, or Bathurst in 2020. Brad Jones Racing when the car shit itself. 2021 he did a wild card. You can count on both hands how many times that he's driven a main game supercar. Why is it that when you are so good in a wild card entry, it doesn't convert into a main game full season? It should convert. So why were the pieces of the puzzle not the same? The people that they got together for Tailem Bend and for Darwin are not the same people that they put on his car for his rookie season. It didn't make any sense to me. If you have a chance at a top 10 pretty much every time you jump in the car, why is it that you can't do that in your first full season? He got like 2 top 10s, one at Sandown, but Jake Kostecki got more top 10s than Thomas Randle did. And it didn't make sense. Like, I predicted that Thomas Randle was going to do better than James Courtney in the championship, and it didn't happen. I was at the corner that Thomas Randle and Jake Kostecki were pretty much seeing who was going to finish second to last, and they're just banging into one another, and I was thinking, this is ridiculous. First of all, you've got the 2020 Super 2 champion, you've got, a Sandown 500 podium finisher, you've got like one of the best talents coming up, and then you got Jake Kostecki, and apparently they're equal, and it just did not make sense to me that they would be scrapping for the same piece of territory. So I was actually pretty disappointed in his rookie season. I was happier when I saw that he was on the front row at Tailem Bend, because I thought that's where he should be. I was surprised that he did it, because there were other drivers that you could argue are better than him. Sometimes you just can't put it together in every single session. He just made it click in that one. Then we come into 2023 with a new generation car, and Tommy's done his homework and he's done everything he needed to do, and he's come out and made a statement. This year is his year. He's going to be a shot at the top 10 every weekend. And I think Sydney Motorsport Park was one of the few that he just couldn't do it. He's got more top 10s than James Courtney this year. James Courtney's maybe had a lot of rotten luck, but also you make your own luck. If you have a bad qualifying, maybe you're not playing it safe, you end up in the incidents that happen. It just seems like Thomas Randle's doing everything right, and so if Tickford are keeping Cam Waters and Thomas Randle for next year, he deserves it fully. He has finally started to shine. It's not too late for him to have started shining. It was just frustrating to watch in 2022 because I think there was a lot of hype around him, because he'd been in the wild cards a few times, and he wasn't in Super 2 in 2021, so he was like Oscar Piastri. He was in an off year, and so you thought that when he came into, and this is before Oscar Piastri, that Thomas Randle would come into his first full season and do a good job, and he didn't. It just seemed like he was down the back a bit too much. Yeah, it's just frustrating. I don't know what anyone else thought, and I haven't looked at the data and all the stats really closely, but it seemed to me like he was just down the back too much. But Tickford obviously were backing him, and they knew that he could do a good job. They'd run him in cars that he'd done a good job. But Thomas Randle's doing a great job this year. I've been very impressed with him. You're watching Townsville, and the Fords weren't doing great, and of the Ford guys, Thomas Randle was one of the best Ford drivers, which was great because I think he got in the top 10 shootout, and that was what he wanted to do, and he did a great lap, and he qualified 4th. What a job to do. Now he is really making a statement. I think he's doing something extra to say, my name's Thomas Randle, and I'm gonna be the championship winner one day. I'm gonna be like the next best talent for Tickford, and he is proving it. And now he's grabbed more podiums than Cam Waters has this year. But that was one good weekend for Thomas Randle. He brought home 3 trophies, whereas Cam got he would have been 3rd in that first race at Newcastle. Now I'm going to keep rambling because clearly I want to talk about Cam Waters, so I'll just do that.